Hey everybody, DC Supreme here. I'm back with another action figure review. Today we're going to be taking a look at Batman, the black and gray Knightfall version. So you say it's Batman, black suit variant from Knightfall. And we got some neat artwork on the back of the box. We're going to be cracking this guy open, doing a long form review to finally complete our Justice League display. Let's get into it. So here he is, the package. And I know this is like the third, or I don't know, fourth issue of this body book. I know we had the San Diego Comic-Con, the blue and gray, etc. But I really dig this guy. And my childhood Batman, I grew up with the animated series. I know it had some blue cell shading, but traditional gray, black, that's what I want to see out of Batman. And I do like the gray on this one better than the blue and gray Knightfall. I think it's this gray that would have looked better with the blue. Maybe a tad bit of a lighter blue and this color would have been perfect. But I'm keeping my blue and gray Knightfall Batman in package until I complete all the Knightfall characters. But some things I would have liked to see out of this guy. I mean, a wired cape would have been nice, but this was kind of before they went really wired cape heavy. All that he comes with is standard issue, trading card stand, etc. He's got two alternate fists. He's got one that can grab, and then obviously, batarang, whatever. I'm not going to go too heavily into detail with that, but I do like the face sculpt on this guy. I think it's pretty remarkable. It's got a nice profile. I do think that profile is a little bit reminiscent of the animated series, quite a bit. If you look at it from this angle, it kind of could pass as Dick Grayson, but obviously we got a Dick Grayson Batman finally. I've been sitting on this guy for quite a bit, trying to reorganize some stuff, but this is going to be my Batman for my comic book Justice League. I just think he looks phenomenal. Everything about this guy, I mean, he's got some articulation. You can get him in some high kicking poses, somewhat high. The diaper kind of gets in the way. I dig this body buck, but diaphragm, it's not extremely agile, but in terms of compared to some of the thicker Batman body bucks, it's definitely more mobile. Some of my joints on this guy are a little bit loose, especially around the ankles, but that's classic Mcfarlane QC. I wish I had the San Diego Comic-Con one, because of course the one that's going to be the most expensive now, and hard to get in terms of being a gold label for a fucking convention. Of course that one is the most accurate colorway to the source material, but this is a close second in my opinion. I know a lot of people, are suckers for the blue and gray. I read the comics. I read everything. I read Knightfall growing up. I read Night Quest. I read Night's End. I read all that stuff. But in terms of the animated series, it's like the most important cartoon probably ever in my life. It was so serious, yet also very cartoonish. And it had a very unique feel to it that will always sit with me in terms of Batman media. And this guy's very reminiscent of that. I mean, he's going to look great next to Superman, my collector's edition Wonder Woman, all that. So, super stoked about this guy. It's just one of those head portraits that's just easily the best Batman head portrait Mcfarlane's done. Hands down, no doubt about it. Just wish we had a wire cape or maybe even a cloth goods cape, because he's somebody that I wouldn't mind throwing in the Michael Keaton Batmobile. You know what I mean? Like, or if you could get him to fit in the animated series Batmobile, I mean, he has that quality about him. He has that silhouette that you think of when you think of comic book Batman, animated series Batman. You think of this guy. Um, Body buck is perfect. Logo perfect. Colorway, it's perfect. Everything here. This is exactly what I want to see out of a Batman figure every time out. I don't want to see these gimmicky figures like, oh, you know, Batman who has a knight and all that shit. I don't care. I Those things don't sell. Jim Gordon's Batman. It's nice to get some variety. I want some variety in terms of DC comic lore that isn't Batman related. I want to see more lanterns, stuff like that. I don't need to see every other character and their grandmother as Batman. I just need a good Batman like this. So props to Mcfarlane there. But overall, I mean, I'm digging this guy quite a lot. I mean, he's gonna fit in really nicely. He got his batarang and his alternate hands and toe. And I think this is a Batman that any fan of that animated series and the original comic books from late 80s, early 90s, I mean, you need to have this guy. Overall, it's tough to scale it because I've been sitting on a lot of Batman figures I haven't opened. But I think this is probably my favorite Batman figure I own besides the blue and gray Hush. And he's probably tied. It's really close, but I'm going to give this guy a 9.7 out of 10. There's really not much more I'd change. If he had a wired cape, I'd give it a 10 out of 10. It is just everything you want out of a Mcfarlane Batman figure. And when I grade stuff, I am very, very harsh for the most part, but I always grade for the price point. And this guy deserves a 9.7 out of 10. There's really not much that they could have done better here. Articulation is exactly what you need. He stands up pretty easily considering he has a rubber cape. And overall, I dig this guy a lot. I think he's badass. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. This has been DC Supreme. Always here to let you know that DC will always reign supreme in comics, media, and gaming. Take care, guys. Stay classy.